Hello, welcome back to Simply at Home. This last 1 week I have been pondering and thinking about something which I have been wanting to share today. There has been a lot of fear. We know the reason why. And there has been a lot of forwards in relation to what is going to happen and how we are supposed to safeguard ourselves. Yes, we need to think about ourselves and everybody else around us to stop the viral movement, I agree. But thinking far-fetched for about 2-3 years as to why you should not travel, why it's not safe to send your children out, why it's not safe to eat outside, and so on. So in that, there was one thing which caught my attention in full, which is wearing mask. So it was talking about 2 years and 3 years down the line. So for 2 years and 3 years, they're expecting everybody to wear masks. So whoever created this content and sharing these texts and visuals, with all due respect that you're wanting to share, the chain to be broken. But there's something that I want to share on the mask front. It really caught my attention. So I'm going to split it into 2-3 segments. First, I'm going to be sharing a story, and I'm going to be talking about an experience and then observation that I learned through this experience in relation to the mask. What is the story about? I don't recollect when was the last time I heard the story in my childhood, but I got reminded of it in relation to these forwards. There is this king, an emperor, who likes to have his feet always neat and clean. This is the time when slippers and all was not in place, or boots, tying up, those kind of shoes were not around. So he had ordered far and wide in his kingdom that wherever he is going to put his foot on, there has to be a carpet or a rug or something placed in such a way that his feet does not hit the dirt. So beyond a point, resources were lost. They had to import carpets and rugs, and when all those things were done, and despite importing, it wasn't sufficient enough. So wherever he was going, everywhere there were carpets and rugs and satins on the floor. So, just as usual, when somebody is telling us to do something, we follow, and finally there's a break, the thinking cat which comes in, let's bring the wise men in and ask for suggestions. And so they did call the wise men of the country, and after a lot of discussions, there was one old wise man who gave an amazing idea. He said, why do you want to keep putting rugs everywhere? Rug on your leg, or carpet or satin on your leg is what you need. So cut it to the size and shape of your leg, tie it up. So wherever you go, it's there on your leg. You don't need to waste money by importing and all those things. It sounded quite simple. So sometimes the simple things are the most effective ones. So why am I quoting this story is, when I saw the forward about asking everybody to keep wearing masks for the next 1 or 2 years till this entire COVID or whichever viral situation is going to come down, I don't think everybody needs to wear it at all times. Why? How can we make it simple? Please keep your thinking caps on every time you get another forward. So there was this one instance which happened quite a few months ago. So I was in this parlor, and this lady had to literally keep her face near my face when we had to do the eyebrows and stuff. So it's not just for girls. I'm sure there are guys who go to salons to get their grooming done. So today everybody is going to all places, most places other than DIYing themselves. We do venture outside. So there was this lady which very cutely, she was about to ask me what are the services that I wanted, and I was about to tell her the list of things that I wanted to get done that day. For some reason I wanted to pamper myself. And in the process, she literally blew a big cough onto my face. Can you imagine how that moment would have been to us as customers? For some reason, I had to be sweet and I told her, no, I had come for eyebrows only, just do this for me. And didn't want to make it very obvious, but I asked her to please take rest, if possible, go home. But I am not the owner of the place, nor we don't know the policy there. So what I was pondering when I was returning back home, of course I fell sick 3 days later. I did develop cold. So what I was pondering and coming was, my mind was going back to Tokyo when I was staying there. I did stay there for some time. It's highly dense, highly populated, too many people in a train. If you can just Google up and see how the trains are in proper Tokyo, you will literally see people not getting embarrassed, but wearing masks and moving around, wearing gloves and moving around, and so on. Why was that? When they are meeting a customer or a client face on, they would wear these masks. Is it because they will get infected? No. Because if I am infected, I have the social and moral responsibility that I don't spread it across to somebody else. If I'm unable to take leave if I'm sick, and if there is a must that I have to be in some place as committed. So me wearing a mask when I'm unwell will be a shield that it doesn't move on to the other person. Make sense? So when the other day when this lady was coughing onto my face, if I had worn a mask, for example, do you think this is the only place it's going to affect me? It can reach any part of me. There are certain religions, there are certain faith followers, if you notice, this part is always covered. Is it because they will get infected? In fact, they think so much that they don't want to affect their air or the breath that they give out. Should not kill one microorganism is what that faith talks about. I'm not going to get into its details, but I have heard a great deal about that kind of a faith. I keep pondering, oh my God, they don't want a microorganism to die. So let's think wise. Let's keep putting on our thinking caps. Just because some forward keeps coming on to us repeatedly and something is being told on the TV repeatedly, it is not necessary we have to blindly follow it. Think. The world cannot be walking only with masks on forever. Even beyond 2 years, let's hope we are all there beyond 2 years. If we have surfaced and passed through this phase, even beyond 2 years, whatever, even the slightest of viral, I'm getting a cold, it is my responsibility, I should not spread it across to others. Let's take it as a, social responsibility. Let's not give it to others. So let's do that as far as mask is concerned. Let's keep putting our thinking caps on. This is signing off, Ramya, simply at home.